Hey y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? So I'm gonna talk to you about love and relationships really quick. I got a little bit of time on my hands while I'm on this route. I posted recently that, it always seems like the battle of the sexes. Like literally every time I get online, so Facebook more particularly, I always see people, it's like as soon as I get on there, the very first post that I'll see is a man complaining about women or a woman complaining about men. And I don't think that we realize that we ourselves are the problem. Like, you complain about men, but the men that you cater to are men who are just like you, and vice versa. Like even me, myself, as a woman who's submitted to Yah, who's committed to him, I know and understand that, granted, men of Yah won't be perfect, right? They won't be without flaw. None of us are perfect without flaw. However, he's a different type of man. He's a different type of caliber. If I'm online complaining about men, it's the men who don't know him. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's really what it boils down to when it comes to men and women. Like, you don't know Yah. You don't know the author and creator of your soul. You don't know him. And we can't expect wholesomeness and well-roundedness outside the will of Yah. Like, we can't expect that when we ourselves are not submitted and committed to him, and that we don't let him mold and sculpt who we are. If you don't have the Most High in your life, you are going to be submitted and committed to this world by default. Because if you aren't reading in the word, and you aren't praying, and you're not talking to him, you're not spending time with him, and you're not, determined to be molded and sculpted by him, you're going to be molded and sculpted by the world. And guess what? You're going to be nothing that's praiseworthy. That's why, I feel like, like a post that I saw a man say yesterday, he was like, women aren't, it's like in this day and age, women aren't good for anything outside of sex. And then I came back on later, and then he's on a live with a couple of people talking about the same thing. And I'm like, good God, like, bruh, like, do you not look in the mirror? And I understand where he's coming from, but my thing is, you're only complaining about the women that you deal with. Like, at the end of the day, there's all different types of people out there. There's people who are worthy of your time. There's people who's not. There's people who are on your same wavelength, and there's people who aren't. Like, I'm not going to back her complaining about worldly men when I'm not looking or checking for worldly men in the first place, right? So if you out here complain about a particular sex, it's the particular type of person within that sex, because not all women are wayward, lusty women who are just about hypergamy or being a bad bee and out here getting a bag, out here, I'm chasing my bag. You know what I mean? Like, when you literally act like money's everything, and you're half naked, and they're exuding themselves, and they're not carrying themselves respectfully. Not all women are in that category. But you complain about women like that because that's the type of women that you choose, the type of women that you deal with, which is a direct reflection of you. And the same thing, vice versa, when it comes to women. You complain about men and you want something wholesome, but why you keep playing with the bad boy? Why you keep playing with the F-boy? Like, the F-boy can't give you nothing but some penis and problems. The 2 P's. That's the only thing a bad boy can give to you. And you say, and it's interesting to me, like, a lot of women say, oh, I'm a woman of Yah, I'm submitted to Yahuwah. Are you? But you're still checking for these playboys, these little street thugs, these men who are, your age, but acting like a child, and I see that a lot for myself. I'm 36 years old. And the men my age, like, I see them on social media. I have a lot of them on my friends list. And I might have to make some adjustments, or at least start unfollowing people to where I don't see the ignorant stuff that they post. But they post ignorant stuff all day long. I'm like, dang, bruh, this is where your mind frame has gotten you all these years you've been alive. You my age. We're in our 30s, and you haven't decide to, mold and sculpt yourself and to be more respectable and honorable as a man. You haven't decided to cultivate yourself in that way. You ain't here with your, talking all types of hood and ghetto and posting all this crazy ratchet stuff. And it's like, the things that you talk about, and it's like, people are lost out here, but people are lost out here because they're not working on themselves, but so quick to blame everybody else, or so quick to point fingers. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of dog women out here this day and age, right? So I understand, like, when men are complaining about women, but this isn't for me to point fingers, but, men have been cheating on women since the beginning of time. And I'm not saying women have never cheated or they don't cheat. Don't get me wrong. And they're cheating even more now in this day and age. But generally speaking, like, a lot of women were quick to be a sucker for love and be all in love with a man, or think she's in love with a man because she gave her body, and now she has this natural bonding, this hormone that you cannot control that gets released through sex. Is why you shouldn't just be having sex with just anybody. Now you feel like you love this dude, but all the while it was just a nut for him. That's it. He was just getting his rocks off. But now you feel like you love this dude, but guess what? He was never committed to you. He just wanted to get the pee and go about his business, right? And he don't honor you and he don't respect you. And it's like, because a lot of women have been hurt, and granted, in every situation I've been in, I've been disappointed, even if not necessarily hurt. I was misled, or I was deceived, or they weren't being honest about their intentions and what they were doing behind my back. Like, they really weren't looking for something wholesome. So I understand the hurt of women, the things that we've been through, but never will the hurt that I've been through at the hands of a man make me go out here and act just like the men who hurt me. Like, what do I get out of that? What do I get out of slinging my coochie around and letting men use me up and acting like I'm the one, like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this from him, and I'm going to treat him like he a smut the same way that these dudes be out here treating women. I'm going to treat them just the same. And it's like, do you know how silly and crazy you sound, sis? Like, you are wasting yourself and you are abusing yourself. Like, literally the joke's on you. You out here thinking that, oh, I'm just go out here acting like I'm just going to get me some peen and then go about my business like I don't care, make him feel like how these men have made me feel all these years. Don't you understand that they winning in this aspect? They getting a hold of you in an intimate way that you should never just be giving to anybody. You not playing them, you playing yourself. But this is what's going on. This is what's going on out here. But I understand, like, it's like women are tired of being hurt. So now they're out here trying to be these playgirls, just like these playboys that hurt them. And it's like, but it's not getting you anywhere, sis. And you talk about F these ends and blah, blah, blah. But look at the music y'all listen to. Y'all listen to trash, both men and women alike. Y'all listen to music that aren't wholesome. These celebrities, these people that y'all praise, or these people's business that you always talking about. Oh, what this rapper had to say about this one, or what this chick had to say about this one, or this and that one was fighting. Like, they're not wholesome at all. They're about all this worldliness. There's nothing praiseworthy about them. It's clear that they are not submitted to y'all. Like, they're ratchet and they're anything comes out their mouth, anything goes. They're a half naked. Like, they don't respect themselves. They don't revalue themselves. And you are looking up to these people. You trying to be just like them. Women half naked online, thirsting for attention. Men out here flashing money, thirsting for attention. But then y'all complain about the attention that y'all get, or y'all complain about the dudes and the women that y'all deal with. But you are the problem. When are you going to look yourself in the mirror and deal with the person that continues to be this thing? My thing is, if I want wholesomeness and I want well-roundedness as a woman, I still have yet to find it for myself, because so many men have catered to this worldliness and they're not submitted to y'all, even if their mouth says it, their life shows the opposite. Like, I know what I want, though. I know what I'm looking for, but I can't expect somebody who wants to eat right and exercise, take care of themselves, someone who's submitted to the Most High, someone who's really trying to, better themselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, if I myself aren't doing that. So I can't be out here complaining about nothing if I'm not doing that. But I am doing that as a holistic health coach. That's what I do. That's what I'm about. That's my lifestyle. It's all about being well-rounded and trying to be the best version of me. And yes, I don't always get it right. I don't always say and do the right things. But my lifestyle generally exudes what I'm looking for. So, right, I put out what I want. Like, it makes no sense to desire something and certain qualities, attributes, and praiseworthy things within a man if I myself as a woman aren't already giving that and bringing that to the table, right? But yeah, and that's how y'all should be thinking. You should be addressing yourself, because again, if you were all wholesome and all this and all that, you wouldn't be chasing this type of attention from these type of people that you complain about anyways. You're only complaining because you keep dealing with these type of people. They keep getting your time. Like, if they're not in your category, in your wavelength, it wouldn't even be a second thought for you, right? And I get it. I used to complain about, like, playboys and this and that too. I wasn't a playgirl. I've never been a playgirl. I've never been that type of chick. Never been a hoe. Never been like ratchet or anything else. But I wasn't carrying myself in the best of light, and I kept dealing with these type of dudes. Like, how am I keep dealing with these type of dudes, but then complain about them? At some point, I gotta level up. I gotta level up with them myself and expect better and to come higher. And that's exactly what y'all need to do. So all this little battle of the sex and stuff, like, y'all, that's whack and is weak, because nobody's getting anywhere complaining about the opposite sex. Start working on yourself. Start focusing on yourself and start working on the person that you are, so that can, like, if everybody, men and women alike, was to work on themselves and decide, I want better. I don't want what I'm used to. I don't want my lowest of self. I want my best of self, and I want better when it comes to the opposite sex. Then if everybody came at life and who they are as a person and actually worked on personal development and self-development, this whole world would be a completely different place. But people don't work on themselves. That's why you see some people, they like 60 years old and they still got the mind frame of a child or like a high school. And it's like, dang, bro, you still out here turning up in the streets. You still out here turning up getting high in the streets. How old are you? Like, at some point, and you still trying to be a playboy? Like, what? Like, y'all got to get it together. So, long story short, enough of my ranting and rambling, but I just get tired of seeing the same old thing. I just honestly wish y'all would shut up and just look at yourselves, honestly. Because y'all complaining, but look at you. Literally start looking in the mirror. And I'm not perfect either, like I said, but I cater to my health and wellness. I cater to myself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Again, as a holistic health coach of Holistify Me, that's what I do. That's my lifestyle. And if you need help on that journey, y'all, we all need help at some point. And growth is a beautiful thing. A lot of people can help you in that way. And as a certified holistic health coach, I can do the same for you as well. So if you need some help and you want that coaching and you want help, whether just diet and exercise or just, work-life balance or learning self-love, because that's really where all healthy connections come from, is self-love and loving yourself first and building yourself up. If you need that help, feel free to contact me. You could inbox me, but preferably I recommend that you visit my website at www.holistifyme.com. That's holistifyme.com, and book a consultation with me today. All right. But yeah, y'all, thank you for listening. Just, understand that change first starts with you. There's no point in complaining about the opposite sex, because complaining about them don't do nothing. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. And they just look at it as an attack anyways, and they continue about their foolish behavior, and then y'all continue to go around the same circle. So decide to want better, to choose better for yourself, and to work on yourself, and watch things start to change around you, or at least the people that you'll stop desiring these people that you complain about, right? Because there's you can't complain about wholesome, wanting more wholesome things or better when you yourself are not better, or you're not pursuing better. Like, you get what you settle for, right? I mean, any and every type of person will try to come at you. You like, if they're attracted to you physically, they're attracted to you. It could be a dog of a woman or a dog of a man. They're still going to try their hand. But at the end of the day, whoever you choose is solely in your control, and they are a direct reflection of you. So if you choose less, you can't complain when you settle for less. All right? Make it make sense, y'all. Thank you for listening. Word of encouragement. Have a good day.